Okay, people, pay attention to the previous videos on semi-log y, semi-log x, and log-log. We're going to return to that in Chapter 7, the kinds of models the data fits. Now, this kind of data right here, this is where a line chart would be useful. You notice you have day 1, day 2 to day 14. In fact, you don't even need the 1 to 14 like this. All you need to do is insert the line chart. So this is where the line chart would be useful. And it's just units assembled versus time. There we go. And I probably should have put markers on it because it had it's experimental data. So putting my markers on it. There we go. Marker options, automatic. Automatic usually works just fine. There we go. Now, my graph has markers. Okay. So that is how you might use a line chart. Next graph might be how you'd show a bar chart. So go to Insert Charts, and there's a couple bar charts. So you can have this. That's a statistic chart, by the way. It's not a bar chart. It looks a lot like a bar chart, but it's not. Here we go. Here's the bar charts. So here's 3D column charts and things like that. Let's go ahead and do this. Voila, 3D column. You can right click, by the way, and you can change chart type, which allows you to pick, okay, here's a column, here's a bar. Now, the difference is a column chart goes up and down, a bar chart goes sideways. There we go. Another trick with bar charts, sometimes this is useful for breaking things into pieces, and that is to make it a stacked bar chart. This stacks to 100%, so the height of the bars are even. This stacks to whatever the numbers are. So let's click that. Let's take a look at that. This is what it doesn't change anything, and that would be, I need multiple columns to show a stacked bar chart. If these were if 7500 and 6200 were here, you'd see the stacking. I take that back, ladies and gentlemen. Little error. I clicked this chart. Oh, I switched to columns too. I can go back to bar. You have a stacked column chart too. So let's go to the stacking. And I clicked here instead of here. This is the one I wanted. This will stack. And yes, the data can be in the same column, and it'll stack things up. There it is, stacking up. Around a 21,000 inventory if you add up these three. This is where you can use auto sum also. Go back home and do auto sum. And it automatically thinks you want the sum of the previous data. And for some reason, it didn't like the cells I selected. I mean, I used the arrow key to get out of it before, and it didn't take. So I just had to repeat that process. Okay, this data is also good for a pie chart. Insert pie. There we go. So 3D pie, for example. and it selected 4 items. It's selecting the total as well as the 3 that I mentioned, and it doesn't like it. Doesn't like it. Let's see what happens when we back off the data. Maybe that will fix it if I just back away from the data, and it still doesn't like it. Okay, let's get rid of the chart. Let's try it again. There we go. I'm going to get rid of this chart too. It might not like that header row. Let's see, there's the pie charts. There, that's more like it. That's exactly what I was looking for. And you can make it 3D, cooler for your reports and presentations. You know, a pseudo 3, and then you got all sorts of different designs you can do also. Okay, so that's a pie chart. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of this video on charting.